Hi and welcome back to another Gundam preview video. The idea of this series is that I'm trying to show off kits that I want to be getting pretty soon, and they're either going to be up and coming kits or recently released kits. In this case it's the Sazabi Formania version, and of course you may remember that the last time round I was talking about the high grade Universal Century Resin Defensor unit. Hopefully I'll get a bit of feedback from you all, and just let me know down below in the comments as to what you think to this kit. I'm sure most of you will find this pretty cool, but you know, if there's other kits that are up and coming that you'd like to discuss, then feel free and let me know what you guys are all into. Okay, so this video I'm going to be first of all talking about some of the details of this kit, of course, and then towards the end I'll just do a slideshow. Okay, so the Sazabi Formania version. Now this one is a resin kit conversion, and it's for the 1:100 master grade Char Zaku II 2.0 version, and it's made by Gundam Modeling Generation. I think they made them originally anyway, there's a few versions since then. Okay, so you may be asking, what exactly is the Formania version? And if you haven't seen this, then the Sazabi Formania was originally a Bandai made kit, and it's not really a kit, to be honest. It's more of a bust that you see here, and it was incredibly detailed. I think it came pretty much pre-assembled, and it's mostly made out of plastic, although it does have some metal parts. But I think you can see from these shots here that it's got exquisite amounts of detail, and it does have all kinds of opening hatches and all that sort of stuff that you would expect. But it's kind of like a perfect grade on drugs, this kind of thing. It's just a shame that they never made a full-size kit. This is all you see. I mean, what you see is what you get in this. You pretty much open up the box and there's minimal assembly, and this is what it looks like. This thing's not cheap. I have seen this in person, and although it's very nice, it's also got a price to match, and that's maybe why it's one of the main reason why they didn't do a full version. But anyway, now of course that's addressed by this resin kit, which basically takes this design and makes a full kit out of it. And before we move on to that, here is the Sazabi Formania version, as well as the new Gundam. Okay, so what can you expect out of this conversion kit? Well, the first thing to note is that it's a 1:100 scale kit, although I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be true or not. Why? Well, because it uses the 2.0 Zaku Char Zaku in a frame, so you'll need the plastic Bandai kit, and you'll see that by the hands and the inner frame, as well as a few more bits which you can't see. But then what happens is you get this massive conversion pack, which is everything you see here. This is all resin in the old tan colour, and you just slap it all on, and out comes this amazingly detailed and amazingly proportioned looking Sazabi. Now back to the size. Is it going to be 1:100? I don't know. The Sazabi is quite a ways bigger than the original Zaku's, of course, and from the looks of it, and of course I don't have this in person so I don't know, but from the looks of it, it's looking rather small, because it still kind of looks in size with the inner frame of the Zaku. So if you know any more about that, then let us all know. But for now I'm going with it's probably going to be slightly smaller than how a 1:100 Sazabi should be. Okay, so that said, I don't really care. I'm still going to be getting this, whether it's in scale or not, because I mean, look at this. You know, the proportions are amazing for a start. Usually I find the legs to be a bit fat on most of the Sazabis, including the 1/60th Neo grade version. But this one just looks amazing. I think this surpasses even the 1/60th Neo grade version in terms of the actual style and the actual proportions. I mean, this crazy backpack. Later on I'll show you a slideshow of this being done by a pro, and the amount of detail that you can do with all of this is unbelievable. So let's just carry on. And of course GMG, who makes this, and here's a picture showing off the various details that you can expect to get. Okay, now then, the inner frame, well, once you apply these armor parts on, you can of course use the inner frame for detailing, but the resin's going to give you a whole lot more detail to go on top of that. And if these pictures are anything to go by, then it's looking amazing. It looks as though the resin parts fit onto the MG frame pretty easily, and the amount of detail you get is amazing. I love this. I love this opening sort of cockpit area, and you know, the sort of insides, the inner mono eye setup that you've got going on. It just looks awesome. So I don't really know how many more times I can repeat this, but the amount of detail that you see here is awesome. And here they're just highlighting that you've still got some sliding mechanisms that you really seldom see in a resin kit conversion. And one thing I really like about this kit is actually this shoulder detail. I don't really think I've seen this in many other versions, but usually it's a lot less elaborate than here you've got this cool looking cutout, and I do like this sort of sweeping area with the rivets. I do really like this whole design. Okay, and the best bit by far I think is on the backpack. This area here is exactly like how it is on the Bandai Formania bust, and to see this in full resin kit detail is pretty amazing. And as is normal with most resin kits, then you always get this kind of you know, extra detail, which is a pain to paint, but once you do, then you end up with something that looks this good. And let's not forget, you get the chunky sized, oversized weapons, and this shield is also in a much nicer proportion than any original Bandai kit, that's for sure. And I do like the way that it all curves around as well. There's a lot more kind of depth to this shield in this version. Okay, so what does the completed model look like? It looks like this. If you want to, you can obviously display it with some panels left off, a la perfect grade style. And you know, even though this seems like quite a I wouldn't say basic, but I would say clean paint job where it hasn't got many weathering, it still looks amazing. And obviously if you wanted to, you know, go the full mile and weather this up completely and you know, do all kinds of depth shading, then this is only going to look better. Alright, so that's me done talking about this kit. I really don't have too much to go on because I haven't seen it in person. All I know is that this one is made as a conversion pack by GMG. I have also seen e2046 doing a version of this, and it's on pre-order. That remains to be seen how well that turns out, it being a recast. And also I believe e2046 are also doing a full version of this kit. I did ask them a few questions, and they assure me that everything you get is you know, what's needed to complete the kit without the Bandai master grade, but you sacrifice the inner frame, so how well that works out I don't know. The advantage of going with this version would be, I'm sure that because it uses the inner frame, that it's going to be a bit more stable, but then again you get the trade-off of, you know, the extra cost of the Zaku inner frame and master grade kit, sorry, and also you may well get a trade-off in size as well, because it's going to be slightly smaller. Okay, so that really is me done talking about this kit now. What I'm going to do is just show you a slideshow now of the completed model, not by me, by some pros, and you know, see what you think. If you like this video, then please press like. Thanks for watching as always, and subscribe if you haven't. See you again soon.